the testimonial call. And anyway, exciting. We've got, there we go. Awesome. Hey, great to have everybody here. My name is Jeff Ashby. Welcome to this Sunday evening, 4 p.m. call, where we're going to be going over some incredible micronutrients. Those of you that are familiar with Engage Global, you know that our background with Dr. Prasad and what he has developed, the reasoning behind it, where it all began. Some of you have seen this video, but I feel like it's important for me to go ahead and take 8 minutes. If you can just invest 8 minutes of your time. I've got a video here that's going to give a little bit about the background and help you. It's going to set the stage, the foundation for today's discussion. Once again, I want to thank Jonathan Jones for inviting me onto today's call to share these things that are so important to me and so important to those that we know, love, and care about. So let me go ahead and I will begin with this video. It's about the devastation that we all face with 5G. So here we go.
Our world has changed. Old answers to new problems are no longer good enough. Having a strong and healthy immune system is more important now than ever before. Invisible threats to our immune system are all around us. Some of these threats are natural, but many are not. Technology and advancement do not come without a price. Modern technology has provided answers to problems, but in many cases, it has become the problem. One new technology that will impact all of us is 5G. It's a powerful new technology with many benefits, but along with these benefits, there may also be great risks to our health. How much risk to our health does 5G represent? Big business says none at all. But many experts are raising an alarm to the fact that 5G is a big experiment in human health, and we are the guinea pigs. They told us tobacco was safe, and not to worry about radiation from their nuclear bomb testing. The truth is, their interests do not align with ours. Important scientific evidence indicates that 5G EMF radiation could be very harmful to our health. Here are a few facts that big business will not tell you. Did you know that 5G emits EMF radiation that can be 700 times more powerful than early cell phone networks? More than 500 studies have found that exposure to EMF radiation is harmful to our health. And these studies were done before 5G existed. The International EMF Scientist Appeal, which calls for stronger exposure limits to EMF radiation, was signed by over 240 leading scientists in the field. The World Health Organization's International Agency for Research on Cancer classified EMF radiation as possibly cancerous to humans back in 2011. Other studies have shown that 5G radiation can damage our DNA, compromise our immune systems, cause fatigue, inflammation, headaches, brain fog, sleep abnormalities, depression, and many other health issues. The reality of this new world we live in is that it will be virtually impossible to avoid daily exposure to 5G EMF radiation. 5G is here to stay, and it could chip away at our immune systems and our health if we are not prepared. In 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Japan, demonstrating the horrors of radiation damage. The world was changed forever. But from the ashes grew a consciousness that touched a young boy in India named Kedar Prasad.
Born in 1935, and in a way in a small village under British occupation, because at that time British was ruling India. When I was in India, at that time there was a Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing, and a lot of people got killed. So I thought that I should develop some product which can save.
So I'm going to just pause the video right here and see, can you all hear the video okay? Okay. All right. That's I'm hearing it okay on my end, but I just got a text message, and it's important that you be able to hear Dr. Prasad. So, all right. Yeah, we've got a hand up. I guess that means it's good. Okay. All righty. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you being on the spot here with me. This is important. So I'll continue on with the video.
People from radiation damage. So I decided to study radiation biology and came to the United States, University of Iowa, Iowa City, to study that. And that was the only program in the whole world on radiation program and in PhD. And I finished in 3 years.
Dr. Prasad went on to become the world's first radiation biologist and one of the world's most published professors and researchers on nutrition and human health. The determination and volume of work from this remarkable man set the stage for what was to come next. In 2001, Marine Corps Systems Command approached Dr. Prasad with a problem. Active troops were 4 times more likely to contract illness and disease. Working with the Department of Defense, NASA, and a team of independent scientists and researchers, Dr. Prasad led the charge to create a powerful supplement to protect the soldiers from the inside out. After 6 years of intense effort, with congressional funding and over $24 million invested, and after 14 clinical trials, a powerful new supplement called Military Micronutrient Formulation, or MMF, was ready for the world.
So this is a powerful product that we have developed, which not only improves the health of the people, but also protect against the radiation damage, UV damage, and also environmental stressor that we already face. So this is a powerful product that we developed, and it took a long time to develop.
As the world's first radiation biology PhD recipient, who holds the only known patent for micronutrient protection from radiation, Dr. Prasad is uniquely qualified to develop an answer to the threat of 5G EMF radiation. It is his life work. Dr. Prasad has taken his original MMF formulation and enhanced it with 4 new ingredients to combat the effects of radiation. He also added methylated folic acid and vitamin B12 to enhance absorption and effectiveness. This new product is a patent-pending supplement called Micro-Daily EMF Radiation Defense. It has all of the powerful benefits of the original U.S. military formulation that promotes our body's optimal immune system and anti-inflammation response. But in addition, it includes the added strength to defend and protect your body against the new threats of 5G EMF radiation. Our health is by far the biggest determining factor to our overall state of well-being. More than wealth, more than job satisfaction, our health is key to living a full life. Built upon the foundation of Dr. Prasad's scientific authority and his impeccable character, with years and volumes of research and clinical testing, this unique product is the answer to the dangers of the new world. The world has indeed changed. 5G is the new reality. A compromised immune system has greater risk to our health than ever before. Each of us has a decision to make. Do nothing Or we can face the dangers of this new world with a stronger immune system and protection from the inside out with micro-daily EMF.
Well, everybody, I am excited that you were able to, and I hope that you were able to see and hear the video, because I just got another text saying that the person that was on could not hear it. So hopefully it came through okay. I have another video that I'm going to share with you here in just a moment. Thank you, James. Appreciate the thumbs up. I have another video along this same line. This is an interview that was done with Dr. Prasad a few months back. And I'm going to introduce to you Dr. Court and also Jonette Biebensheimer. And Jonette is a biochemist. Dr. Court is a functional neurologist. And they're gonna share with you, as part of this recorded interview, their experience and the approach that they are taking with the microdaily, what an important part it's been to them, as well as I've got a testimony at the end of this. We're gonna fast forward a little bit, get to that point, and she will share her experience. She is an author of a book called Backyard Secret, and talks about what went on in her backyard as it relates to the problem that we have with the electromagnetic frequencies, or EMF poisoning. So I'm gonna share this video with you. Here we go.
All right, welcome everybody. My name is Jonette Biebensheimer. I'm the lead researcher and biochemist for Dr. EMF, and this is a very special call. It is our second annual EMF Hypersensitivity Awareness Day, and we're going to learn a lot about the symptoms of EMF hypersensitivity. We're going to be talking to one of the world experts on radiation and how it affects our body, and we're going to have a couple testimonials of people that have really suffered, and now they have hope. And then we'll have a little time left over with our guest speaker to answer some questions on how you can protect yourself and your family from EMF. So I'd like to introduce you to my partner and the amazing Dr. Russell John Court, who is the lead physician of Dr. EMF. He's been in medicine for nearly 40 years. He's studied functional neurology, concussion, and concussion-like symptoms of EMF for the past 11 years. He also suffers from EMF hypersensitivity. So he's going to be on the call tonight, being our guest host and being able to guide the call, because he has also suffered from EMF. Go ahead, Dr. Court.
Thanks, Jet. Well, we are so excited to be here for, like Jet said, for our second annual EHS Awareness Day. This is a national awareness day, and we have, like she said, a couple of guests, and it's just going to be such a great call. And I want to welcome our first guest. I'm just going to say world-renowned, Dr. Kedar Prasad.
Thank you.
Dr. Prasad, it is always so great to see you. And you just seem to look younger and younger. Every time I see you, you just look younger and younger. It's amazing. And I know a few things about you. Like, for instance, you were born on the same day as Elvis Presley.
That's correct.
Which makes you how young?
Well, only 86.
Only 86. Well, you have another 20 years in you. I'm not worried about that. 30, maybe 40. Because I know that you take some amazing nutrition.
Yes, sir.
I'd like you to, well, first of all, Dr. Kedar Prasad, you're a PhD. You are the first PhD radiological biologist in the world. It's a 7-year program, but you graduated in 3. And that was back in 1964. Was that correct?
Yeah. 1963, yes, close enough.
1963, off by 1 year, sorry. And since then, you've been relatively busy. You have published and co-authored 29 textbooks, and more than, we're still trying to figure it out, somewhere around 250, 260 peer-reviewed white papers.
Right.
And works. Is that correct?
Correct.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're not slowing down, because when did you publish your last white paper on COVID?
Just a few months ago.
It's a great paper.
On
It's just a
Alzheimer's,
short read, 10, 11, 12 pages.
Yeah. They asked me to, they invited me to write an opinion piece for the journal.
It's fantastic. You are also president of the International Society of Cancer and Nutrition.
Yes.
And you're also a member of the British Royal Society of Medicine.
Yes.
You know, you're a standalone. I don't think there's anyone on the planet that has credentials like this. And we're just so honored to have you here today. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about the Micro Daily product.
So I'm going to just pause right there and fast forward. This whole interview is going to take about an hour and 15 minutes. It's more than we have here with us today. So let me just fast forward so that you can hear firsthand Dr. Court and Jonette's experience with the Micro Daily just that very day. So I'm going to fast forward to right about here. Okay.
Of excretion of heavy metal, and there is no need for, if you take one salad one day, you will have it for a month's supply. Your body doesn't need it, but they will accumulate it. So after long term, these heavy metals are known to be neurotoxic. So I said, it has no purpose. Why I will add it? Just to show that I have some ingredients. So I said no. So even in a saver, we did not have these ingredients.
Hey, Jet, today, tell Dr. Prasad what happened when we were driving on the highway in California. We're in California as well. We were actually going to come and knock on your door, but we didn't know how you'd feel about that. So we're down in Chino Hills, but we may still stop by on the way home.
We didn't feel good. We were coming back from San Diego. We were near Camp Pendleton, and there's a lot going on, radiation, a lot of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff.
And so we both started not feeling good. We had a lot of pain right here and right in our eyes. And so
foggy brain. And very tired. Like, it makes me fall asleep. I'm driving just like.
So we put the Micro Daily EMF under our tongue, and to get it to go faster. And 3 capsules. I did 2, he did 3. And I just felt clear within like 3 or 4 minutes. I couldn't believe how fast I felt better. And this really lifted. And I know he felt better too. And so it's not just him that has EMF hypersensitivity. Obviously, I was not feeling great as well. So that was our testimony today.
Yeah, you know, it affects us all. We can't see it. We can't touch it. We can't taste it. We can't hear it. But some of us feel it, and some of us feel it more than others, but we're all exposed to it, which is why it is so amazing to me that your formula was created to protect our soldiers from radiation, biowarfare, and extreme stress. And if you think about where we're at today, we have radiation from EMF, EMF. We have biowarfare from all the crazy stuff we're spraying in our houses to protect us. And we have extreme stress because everybody's wearing a mask. No different. Which brings me to the next topic that I wanted to cover with you. And
before you do it, I just want to make another point, that this hypersensitivity that we are doing today was detected as early as 1970 by, at that time, Soviet Republic. And because the military personnel who were working with radar or equipment, electrical equipment, suddenly have this syndrome that we call it, at that time they called microwave syndrome, they call them. But the characteristic was exactly like you are describing about hypersensitivity. So since then, Swedish electrical worker, many people reported, but nobody paid attention to it. until you and others.
It's been around a long time, my friend, a long time. So, okay, I'm a 200-pound man and I have electromagnetic hypersensitivity. What about our kids?
And all the exposure.
Nowadays, we just read a study that the phones, the last time the radiation specific absorption rate safety standard was created was in 1996, and it hasn't been updated since. And so today's phones are actually 700 times the standard that was set in 1996.
Yeah.
Now, as far as I know, when you put a phone up to your head and you put it up to a child's head, it doesn't turn down the radiation.
No.
In fact, I believe it goes through their brain. So tell us a little bit about how, I know we have this new formula coming out, a children's formula. Is it just half of an adult formula? Or what did you do to make this so special?
Yes, no, it is you are not half, but it is the dose appropriate for that age group. And that's one thing that was important. And then you can say, children are exposed to, just like adults, to all environment toxins. Mm-hmm. But what is most critical for this formula to have that children during that age group, anywhere from, say, during childhood till after 12 years that we have, that they require nutrient. First, the children in USA, about 7 million children have a deficiency of vitamin D.
Wow.
And 51 million children have insufficiency of vitamin D. And many children also have a deficiency of A, C, D, other micronutrients as well. So, and the reason this is very important, adults take it to protect their organs. But children, it is very important because they require, during that period, you have a lot of physical growth, you have mental growth, emotional growth, behavior growth, all is happening at that time. And even deficiency of one micronutrient can interfere with the growth of these particular, depending upon which micronutrient is there. And so for children, it's much more important in some way than adult, because during developmental phase, if you don't give the proper nutrient, then their developmental, not only physical, but mental will be poor. And that will be not very good. And so that point of view, we wanted to make sure that they get a sufficient amount of not only dietary micronutrient, but also a small amount. They don't show as significant deficiency in endogenous antioxidant. Nevertheless, because we have not measured, that doesn't mean may not exist. We provided a small amount of endogenous antioxidant as well. But most of the commercially bestseller that I analyzed, gummy vitamin, what's amazing thing was that none of them had any amount of endogenous antioxidant. That's one. The second thing, they didn't even have a selenium, some of them. Oh. And the say, for example, vitamin A, C, D, and E had not even RDA amount. It is suboptimal level. And they were the best product. And so we wanted to make sure that we have sufficient amount for the children and so that during their growth phase, they grow normally and become a productive citizen and continue to take as adulthood to protect further. But as far as the environment of microdaily or other environment toxin is concerned, children are exposed to the same level like adults. And so this will have a double advantage. And that's one of the major differences between what is sold in the commercial market and what we have is major differences. And that will impact the effectiveness of children.
One last question for you, and then we're going to welcome in some other guests. But I understand that the gummies there is really a difficult process in actually making the gummies and not denaturing the nutrition of the formula.
That's
How
correct.
how did you get around that?
Well, I don't know. For example, we made few changes. For example, selenium was a problem. And so we said, okay, selenium methionine, because methionine has sulfur, so it gives a bad smell. So I said selenium glycinate would be as good from absorption point of view. Selenium will be absorbed. And there was, what was another one that, another was the vitamin A palmitate, that they can do palmitate in the thing. So we compromised with vitamin E acetate, which is as, good get converted to palmitate in the body. And so these are few minor adjustments we made it to make sure that it does not lose its effectiveness, and as well as it can be manufactured in a way that can be tasty.
And the children's formula comes out on the 21st of this month, and it's dose dependent like the adult formula.
Yeah, it is dose dependent, like, from 4 to 12 is the full dose, from 1 to 3 is half dose.
So why is it that we have to take our nutrients in the morning and in the evening?
Yeah, because again, during my research, I found that when you take any kind of micronutrient, adult or children, they get eliminated. Their biological half-life is different. Some are a little bit quicker, some are later on. So half of them go by the evening. And then if you take one once a day, which almost all commercial products say that, the next morning another half is gone. So this fluctuation of high level alters the expression of genes. Mm-hmm. They have to readjust it. And this we showed in our laboratory with 12,000 human gene chips. I didn't do the experiment myself. My postdoctoral fellow did it. And they showed that with vitamin E succinate, just changes the dose can make enormous difference in the gene expression. Mm. And
I love that.
I love that. So, and many times if you do every day for a long time, one time it can do error and cause mutation. So just in order to avoid that, so if you take it, that kind of fluctuation, we say twice a day, so that relatively maintain a steady level of micronutrients in your body throughout the day and night.
Perfect answer. Hey, Jeff, I would like to welcome Beth Sturdivant. We're going to just keep Dr. Prasad on there, and we're going to have Beth do a testimony for us. Hi, Beth.
Hi, Beth. Hey, how are you doing?
So, hi. Beth, tell us a little bit about you and when did you first develop symptoms of EMF?
2008, I developed symptoms. The reason why is I lived too close to high tension power lines, and I was exposed to a chemical called Sahara that the power company has sprayed underneath the power lines to kill the vegetation. And I was out in the yard working, and I got the drift. So I got a lot of heavy metal poisoning in my body at that time, overload. And from that point, the symptoms that I had was extreme anxiety. My lower back went out really bad. I couldn't sleep. I literally couldn't sleep. I mean, days. And then I would do crashing. I couldn't focus at all. I owned a restaurant at that time, and I ended up not being able to even go back into my restaurant because of all the electromagnetic fields in there. So I had a lot of nausea and headaches. It was terrible. It literally shut my life down.
Yeah. How many years did you suffer with these symptoms when you were trying to find strategies? How many years for people on this call to understand how much you suffered?
I've been suffering up until about maybe a year and a half ago is when I started changing. But actually in the last 2 months since I've been on Micro Daily, I've not felt any electromagnetic sickness, sensitivity. I mean, I've been able to do everything. I don't know what he has in this product, but it has literally changed my life, literally. And I really appreciate you spending all these years for me.
Well, you know what? You get to thank Dr. Prasad personally for.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that
I got tears coming down my eyes. Okay, ask her about it.
How many years? How many years for people like you said the date, but really, how many years was this?
Well, my symptoms really started in 2006 when we moved into that house and they doubled up the power lines. So we're 15 years. I literally couldn't do anything. You know, my son played football at USC. I couldn't go to a game. He was all into sports. I couldn't go anywhere. I was housebound for many years and I couldn't deal with any light. I couldn't go outside. My biggest thing that really happened to me was I kept swelling and then I was retching. I would retch 100 times a day. I couldn't even deal with the airplane flying over the house. It affected me.
Wow.
So, you know, I had no place to hide.
And you
nowhere to go.
You wrote a book about your journey.
I did.
Do you have a copy of that book to show?
I do. And the name of the book is, I don't know if y'all can see it or it's backwards. Yeah. Backyard Secret Exposed. And you can get it on Amazon. I raise money for my charity so I can help others with this book. So anybody wants to read my book, we greatly appreciate it.
And it's a great book. We've read it. And thank you so much for allowing us to read your book. It's a great book. I recommend it to everyone because we're looking at 100 million people, a third of our population that's being affected that has symptoms like you and I. You were
in North America.
In North America alone. You were 2006. I've been suffering with symptoms since 1999. Wow. And this is a word that we have to get out. You know, all of us as warriors for this EMF situation that we're in, the EHS situation. So, Beth, thank you so much. And
thank you, Beth.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah, I'm glad that you are feeling better.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Feeling great, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah, feeling great.
So, Jeff, let's bring in Ryan and Danny.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you, Beth.
Okay, so I'm going to just pause the video right there. We're about 40 minutes into this evening's presentation. And I just wanted to reiterate a couple of the things there. I mean, in Dr. Prasad's explanation of the symptoms, I mean, we go with the first video that we saw this evening about 5G and how it can create headaches, how it can create a brain fog, how it can create all of these things that are going on in our bodies. And Dr. Prasad says they knew it back in the 1970s with this microwave sickness. Interesting how he brought up that it was the Russian military that first observed it, but now it has gone full circle and everybody agrees. In fact, if you wanted to do some current research on it, you can take those same symptoms, head it with the term dizziness. And in Canada right now, there is a lot of clinics that are popping up all over Canada that are called dizzy clinics because so many people are experiencing that symptom of what's going on around us. So an incredible opportunity for us to see and experience firsthand somebody with Dr. Prasad's background. Now, on the 30th of this month, on Wednesday the 30th, Dr. Prasad and Dr. Court are going to be interviewing Beth again. And she's going to talk about her experiences. This was just a couple of months into it. And now this was last April. But on the 30th of this month, as part of the Engage Global family, you can invite others to this special event. And I can tell you that it will not be recorded because they're going to be talking about things that we're not wanting out there for everybody. Okay. They're going to be doing live blood cultures and showing you the difference in what happens with just in 20 minutes of ingesting the microdaily EMF under your tongue. How that's going to affect the way that the blood even flows through the body is amazing. So you'll see that on the 30th. And then the other thing that I wanted to point out today, and this just came as a text last night from Jonathan, and it's why I let the video play out there in regards to the children's formulation, the micro daily gummies. These are just absolutely our favorite. In fact, my mouth is starting to water, and I'm not even putting one in yet because I've got to read this text that I got from Jonathan last night. And it has to do with the dosing of twice daily. So he says, that this is from one of the people that asked him the question. He says, does this mean that taking only one dose can have a negative reaction? This is in the book that you sent to me in the sign up on page number 13. Okay, so I'm going to read this. This is a quote. Dr. Prasad's research revealed that 2 times per day dosing maximizes the effect of effectiveness of the nutrients and supplementation. Research shows that dosing once a day may cause high fluctuations in antioxidant levels in your body that may markedly alter gene expression and increase the chance of cell mutation, which can be the source of disease and illness. Twice daily supplementation keeps your body fed all day long and can decrease the risk of gene expression cell mutation. So we just heard it there in the video where Dr. Prasad references that this is a point. In fact, as I have been sharing microdaily over the years with individuals, I say, if you don't take anything away from the conversation that we have today, if I haven't been able to impress anything upon you about the difference that microdaily has with every other supplement out on the market, please take this to heart. If you continue to take a multivitamin supplement, do not take it once a day. Take it a minimum of twice, even if it isn't the microdaily. Now, the challenge with that, and Dr. Prasad has gone out and given us the proof behind it, when you're taking some of these other supplements that include vitamin C with iron, copper, or manganese in the same formulation, he's shown and proved, just science proves it, that there is an increase in oxidation because of the combination of the iron and vitamin C. Immediately, because of the acidic nature of the vitamin C and the metallic of the iron, you're going to get rust. Same thing with the copper. It's going to turn green. It's going to oxidize. And so why would you intentionally increase the oxidation level in your body by taking a substandard multivitamin formula? Dr. Prasad calls it bad science. You understand that we've shortened it up a little bit for BS. Look at that. It's one way that you can differentiate a real formulator and a formulation that works and anything else that's available out there on the shelf. If you can look down through the label and see iron and vitamin C in any combination in that formulation, you know that it's bad science. So I wanted to point that out. Also, you understand that that the vitamin company under the brand name One A Day is actually owned by a drug manufacturing company. So just got to think about that, chew on it a little bit, and know that their entire marketing concept hinged around you taking it just once a day, because they know down the road they're going to be able to sell you additional medications. So please take your micro daily a minimum of twice a day. Pass that on to everybody. And I hope you understand that it's why I chose today's presentation to include that, why we need it and why we need it in the amounts that Dr. Prasad is talking about. So are there questions from anybody in regards to that before I go on? It's gosh, where is our time gone this evening? If you want to raise your hand, if there's any questions from anybody, remember that on the 30th, let's see. Yeah, here we've got, okay. Go ahead. If you want to unmute your line, it looks like I've got Sis Belinda. Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening. And thank you, and Brother Jonathan, for all y'all do. Can you say what you were saying about the vitamin C and something else in dealing with vitamins itself compared to micro daily?
Absolutely. Thank you for your question. There are three particular components that Dr. Prasad has referenced, and it is vitamin C, which certainly the micro daily formulas have a large amount of vitamin C, and it is the right form of the vitamin C. When you have that amount of vitamin C in your formulation, do not have any iron. Okay, it's a metal. Copper, it's a metal, or manganese, not magnesium, manganese, which is also a metal. Because those three components, those three iron, copper, and manganese will interact negatively with the vitamin C. Okay, so that's what Dr. Prasad says. He calls it bad science if those ingredients are in at the same time. Now, in a further explanation, he says, I know that there are individuals out there that need additional iron as part of their diet. He recommends that they get that iron from natural sources, not a supplemental iron. I get it through green leafy vegetables, particularly your what does Popeye eat? Spinach. Okay. Get it through spinach. He says another very, very good source for it is black strap molasses. So just a spoonful or two, but do it 2 hours different than doing your micro daily. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You absolutely. Okay. Hey, Janice Bush.
Okay, the question I have, you said take the micro daily twice a day.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a diabetic. If I take it more than twice a day, it dropped my sugar, my diabetes so low. So I can't take it. Okay, I take 2, but I can't take another 2 because it'll drop it like down to 30.
Okay, so I still want you to take it twice a day, just until your body can make the adjustment itself. And all we're doing with the micro daily is we're supporting the body in its own natural approach. We're asking the body to take the nutrients and respond. Mm-hmm. And so if your body is responding by dropping your blood sugars down to that level, it's trying to balance it. Okay. In the short term, if you're normally taking, and I don't know which formula that you're taking, if it's the micro daily original in the green bottle or the red bottle that we're talking about today with the added ingredients in it, it's important that you still take it twice a day, but if it is the green bottle for the first day or two, do one capsule in the morning and one capsule at night. Make sure that it's still twice a day dose. You're just lowering it a little bit.
I think it's the purple bottle.
Okay. Well, purple bottle is even better than the green bottle because it's the methylated versions of it.
Right. Okay.
Yep. So very,
Well, what
very
you're
good.
saying is I need to take one in the morning and one in the afternoon.
So the way that we do it, because Helen and I consider the micro daily products to be our health insurance, we're taking them 3 times a day.
Okay.
We do we take the 24 hours that's available to everybody in a day, and we're breaking it into 3 8-hour sections.
Mhm.
So we do the micro daily in the morning, we do it late in the afternoon, 8 hours, and then we do it right before bed. And
Okay,
our
so-
favorite dose is the one just right before bed, because that's during sleep is when your body repairs, rebuilds, and regenerates, and that's our favorite dose.
So are you telling me that I should take one in the morning and then one in the afternoon at night or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, while your body is going through this response, and we have helped so many people with their diabetes. And I say their diabetes. Don't ever own it. Don't call it my diabetes. I mean, it's just the situation that your body is dealing with, but it'll deal with it on its time and its terms. And so my suggestion, and that's all you can do, is with the purple bottle, try doing one capsule in the morning, one capsule late afternoon, and then one right before bed, so that you're giving the body the support every 8 hours versus once every 12. And certainly just, you got to get away from that once every 24.
Okay. I could do that. All right. Thank you.
Awesome. And then I'd like you to come on if you could. And and I don't know what you have going on Wednesday, the 23rd, but it is a testimonial night. And if you want to share with us, it's going to be at 8 p.m. East Coast time.
Okay. I'll make a note of that.
All right. That would be great to have you. Thank you. Okay. So I've got a string of names here, Lance and Wayne and Sally and Tanya.
Oh, hi. Yeah, there's 3 of us here. Yeah, I was just going to message for someone that I don't know if she got on because she was very tired. She has a lot of health issues. She wears a copper bracelet. Will that would be absorbed into the blood, I guess, or so will that?
It's the reaction that I'm talking about is the reaction that takes place actually within the gut. Okay. And so, yeah, copper bracelets, even though that they're going to turn your wrist green, it's not going to interact with the vitamin C content of the micro daily. Okay. I know a lot of individuals that have utilized copper to eliminate pain in some of the extremities. There is some science behind that, but no, the interaction with the micro daily and the vitamin C should not occur because of the separation between the vitamin C in the gut and the copper on the wrist.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for coming on. Okay, so we have Jared here next. Go ahead. Yeah. Oh, look, he's even turning his camera on. 1 second. I'm gonna. You know what? I'll spotlight you and I'll spotlight me, so we're both on the screen at the same time. Let's see. Add spotlight. Okay. All right. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, my question is that I've been taking the micro daily EMF. This is my second bottle of it. So
awesome.
And then now I've started taking also the the CBD. So
Okay.
with my job, my career, I run and manage T-Mobile stores. I have about 9 T-Mobile stores.
Wow.
So I take 3 in the morning and then 3 around 5 or 6 at night. And I'm just
Okay.
getting back to piggybacking on the dosage of it. It says you could take up to 2 or 3 times. Now, is that fine with doing the 3 in the morning and 3 at night? And then I also take 1 CBD right before I go to bed. It helps with sleeping. It helps me like get to sleep and stuff like that. But the one question is can I double up on that CBD at night? And the second one is, should I take a third dosage of the EMF right when I go to bed with that boost, or no?
Jared, let me back up and say, how are you feeling doing the dosing that you are right now? Are you noticing a difference in your
as far as the EMF goes, like my job is kind of stressful in the sense of just it's like a roller coaster of like customer service issues, day-to-day stuff, right? So I've noticed that right away, which is like, I think I've been on before and I said I've never felt like this since I was in high school, 20 years ago. But I guess I feel good. It's just that like it's like feel like gassiness is probably saying that like it's taking a lot of chemicals out of my body that I've been in there or whatnot. So that I could tell, but besides that, I'm like addicted to it almost. So it's like, should I take that other 3 more, or is 2 enough? I feel like it's working, but 3 more pills, I guess would make me, increase the purchase of it more, which is not the problem. It's just the fact of like, is there any use of me doing it or not,
Yeah. I mean, there's a law of diminishing returns in other things, but I'll tell you with the micro daily, all we're doing is we're supporting the body. And even it says right on the label, 2 to 3 times per day. And Jonathan is one of the biggest proponents of, yes, if you're going after a particular situation that your body is facing, definitely minimally take it that 3 times a day. Where you're as young and as healthy as you are, you know what, you're maintaining a lot of that, but because of the environment that you're in, I mean, I can't imagine what your body is up against being in, not in just the Wi-Fi in all of those stores, but then all the cellular signals that are in all of those stores. And I'm sure each of those stores has their own boosters, so that you've got even higher amounts of that cellular radiation in the stores. If I were you, try doing the 3 times a day, and definitely, I'll tell you right now, I always do 2 of the CBD right before bed because I cherish my sleep. And it's during sleep that your body repairs, rebuilds, and regenerates. In fact, if you understand the biorhythms of sleep, there are certain specific hours as it goes around the clock dial where it's going to work on different organ groups throughout the night. And it's great to have the micronutrients there as a reserve when the body is going in to help with certain aspects of that. And not so much for you, but I'm telling you, when this new collagen peptide formulation comes out from Dr. Prasad here in April, that right there, for those who are experiencing any kind of joint discomfort, skin, hair, nails, it's going to be absolutely incredible what the collagen peptides are going to do to even enhance the effects of the micro daily itself. So try it, Jared, for the next couple of weeks. In fact, if you want to come on Wednesday the 23rd's call as well, if you're available at 8:00 p.m., I'd love to have you tell Dr. Prasad straight up. I know you've been on our calls before, because Dr. Prasad has talked about, in fact, I being as young as you are and as athletic looking as you are, he had understood that you were out running and not running the number of stores that you are. I remember watching that video. So
the CBDs, I guess I was kind of like weary as far as taking more than one, so I can take 2 at night.
Oh yeah. In fact, do this in the afternoon when you're just kind of going through, oh gosh, I've got a lot of tension of things that are going on. That CBD will just calm you down. You won't get sleepy in the afternoon. It'll just calm you down. You say, oh yeah, I can handle the pressures of this afternoon rush.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And yes,
My
I'll be
pleasure.
on for that Wednesday for sure.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Yep.
You bet. Take care.
Yep.
All right. Let's sorry. Oh. Sorry, I'm dealing with a remove spotlight. Okay. And looks like we've got Ann up here next. Anna, go ahead.
Yes, I want to come
Anna,
in on the. Yes, is it me, Anna Colbert?
Anna Colbert, yes.
Yes. I want to come in on the one that mentioned that her blood sugar drops.
Yes.
What I want to mention is that anytime you suffer from that, you have to make sure that you have enough protein. She have to make sure she's eating enough nuts. She's making sure she's balancing. Even if you eat something sweet, you have to balance it with a protein. So that's important, along with taking your vitamins.
I do. Thank you.
Very, very good suggestion. And thank you for coming on and sharing that with everyone. Thanks, Anna. Was there a question that you had, or you want to just add that comment?
I just wanted to add that comment.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I just love that we're all part of the Micro Daily family here, and we feel comfortable sharing our successes with others and our suggestions. So, Catherine Robinson, you are next.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question about, you mentioned something, I believe, about the gummies.
Yes.
And did you mention that if a person, I have a granddaughter that's on the gummies.
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't know if it's I didn't look to see if the recommended amount is 2 times a day, or was it once a day before? Now they need to take it 2 times a day?
It's always been twice a day. Everything that Dr. Prasad does is a twice a day formulation.
Oh, okay. And I got that. And another thing I want to ask, like, let's say, for instance, because people are always asking me about vitamins and things, and I just learned today from you all, like, about the iron, copper, and manganese, and
Correct.
how it interacts with vitamin C. So would it be safe to say that when they choosing a vitamin, even though I'm trying to get them on the Micro Daily, if they notice there's copper, manganese, and iron in there, as well as vitamin C, because most vitamins do, would it be safe for me to suggest that wouldn't be the best one for them?
Absolutely. In fact, our 2 oldest sons are both chiropractors. Mm-hmm. And when they found out this information several years back, they actually went to their shelves and got rid of any of the supplements that had that combination in them. In fact, we've got several doctors, Dr. Court, who just heard from earlier in this video. He says that it cost him almost $1,000 to basically get rid of the substandard supplements that he was carrying prior to the knowledge. The Dr.
last thing, the EMF. Yeah. Okay, we were talking, focused on the EMF situation. Mm-hmm. And then we also had a situation where most people kind of switched to the purple bottle because of the methylation.
Absolutely. Okay.
So what would you recommend in that case? Because EMF is a big problem. So that person, feel safer going back to the EMF. How would that work out? Or you have to take both?
Okay, so I think there was some misunderstanding and some confusion if you're saying going back to the EMF. The EMF has the methylated versions of the micronutrients. And so if you look at it, our green original bottle, right now, $53. The purple bottle is the 63 and the red bottle is the 73. And what you're getting with that $10 upgrade, it truly is an upgrade each step as you move up. We personally take the EMF because it's not just the methylated vitamins. It also has the curcumin in. It has the additional resveratrol. It has the decaffeinated green tea extract, which actually helps the other micronutrients go quicker into the bloodstream. And then it's got the quercetin. And if you have done any research on quercetin, it's actually one of the micronutrients that they're saying really helps when it comes to dealing with the spike protein.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So those 4 other ingredients, and now you're moving from just 2 capsules night and morning to 3 capsules. So you're actually getting 50% kind of more product for only $10 more.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet. Good question. Thanks, Catherine. All right, Sister Belinda, you're it.
Yes, good evening again. I have 3 questions.
You bet.
Okay, the first one, is it better to take liquid or pill form of supplements?
Good question. I can tell you that the reason that ours are not in liquid is because that's a suspension. You have to use something as that liquid base. And Dr. Prasad's research shows that we're not talking just herbs in a bottle. Okay, so herbs in a bottle, you really can't control the consistency of it. The micro daily is actually micronutrients at the molecular level. And the way that I have you envision or picture that, one of the studies that they did, they being Dr. Prasad and the Ames Research Center, was on fruit flies. And so you can imagine the size of a fruit fly. And if it's able to ingest a dose of the micro daily, you can imagine all of the vitamins and everything that is in there. They're not just ground up in a bottle. You couldn't get it that small so that the fruit fly could do it. So we're actually talking at the molecular level. And so I often get the question, are these non-GMO? Are they organic? You know, all of these things that you would typically see on the side of a bottle, that would reference there being just herbs in the bottle.
Okay.
Dr. Prasad's recipe, his request is that as they're manufacturing the micro daily, they are taking it at the molecular level, which is several levels even higher than non-GMO and organic, because it's at the molecular level where the pesticides and the herbicides and the medium that the plant was grown in that all determine whether it's organic or not, don't have any bearing on it, because we're looking at the molecular structure of the components. Okay. I know it's a long explanation for you. But go ahead with your other questions.
Okay, thank you so much. What about the long-term COVID? What can be done for people that are suffering with, long-term COVID side effects and everything?
Just exactly what we talked about here today. I would support their bodies by feeding the bodies the micronutrients 3 times a day.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
go, I would just do it. Imagine that 24 hours just broken into 3 8-hour segments, and you're feeding the body the nutrition it needs. And understand that now back to this original military packaging,
Right.
the reason it was designed this way, the reason that it was done in the Desert Storm colors is so that the soldiers could carry it on their person. It wasn't about having it available back in their barracks. The reason that it was on their person is it would sustain life. This
Okay.
twice a day with water is enough to sustain life. And we have
Wow.
individuals that have proven this with water fasts, where
Wow.
all they have done is this and the micro daily, this, which is the micro daily, and water for longer than a month.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So you bet.
And what?
Great question. And you had 3, or did I answer all of them? Go
Yes,
ahead.
I had 3. I had one more. So,
Oh, yeah.
someone that's taking the regular micro dailies, say like the green or even an EMF, and just say they want to, just say they want to take a little bit of CBD. So would they get 1 bottle of the CBD? And if they were taking the regular micro daily or the EMF micro daily, but now they want to sometimes take the CBD, like you said, to kind of relax the body system and stuff more, a few times a week. So how often or as the need?
Very, very good question. And we're going to jump ahead into April, and I want you to put on your calendar April 3rd. Let's see, I'm looking at this. April 13th.
Okay.
We're actually going to do a whole entire Wednesday night on the CBD.
Okay.
Because one of the most recent papers that Dr. Prasad has been part of is the CBD, particularly our crystalline isolate CBD, has the ability to disrupt the spike protein, its ability to attach itself.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
And so you're going to find out on that day, and it'll be another one of these that's not recorded, because we don't want to just flying out there for everybody to possibly get in trouble with. Okay. But I can tell you, if you wanted to be on that call, you'll learn more about the CBD and how important it is as part of our daily supplementation.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, just teasing a little bit. Thank you for the question so that I could answer it in the way that I did. All righty. You betcha, Belinda. Bye-bye. Okay. We have Norma Jean Vaughn on, and she's got her camera on, so let's pull her onto the screen as well. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to say that I have been on the Micro Daily. I've been on the methylated, and I've also been on the Brain Boost. And I have noticed a difference. I've been on it for about 2 months now, and I feel pretty good about it. But I have 2 questions. I have a friend that has terrible, she describes it as fibromyalgia. And I just wondered whether this Micro Daily would be of any benefit to her. That's my first question. My second question is, for the past 2 years, I've been suffering from what I understand it's called is
the pigmentation.
vitiligo.
Okay.
What did you call it?
There's several different terms for it. Some might have to do with the skin pigmentation.
Yes. And so my question is there anything that Micro Daily product has that can support the pigmentation or anything like that?
Let me answer your first question first.
Okay.
And I can tell you emphatically that the condition, and I don't need to repeat it, we'll just call it FM, but it is a connective tissue disorder that also has some components that fit into, well, you know what? Yes, our son suffers from it, and it's particularly a situation that affects females more than it does males. And our son would not be able to function like he does on a day-to-day basis without the microdaily. And understanding what he has about his own body, he doubles up the brain boost, and he has noticed a difference. So
Now,
it's
are you referring to the fibromyalgia?
Yes, I am.
discomfort? Okay. All
Yes, yep. The discomfort that comes along with the fibromyalgia is exactly what our son is dealing with. And he found out that the microdaily really helps. So does the brain boost, but the brain boost times 2. And so he's doing 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening, and that keeps his symptoms at bay.
Okay, very good.
Okay. So he's added a little extra to that. On the pigmentation, it's something that my very own father is dealing with, and we've noticed in certain patches that it seems to be getting better, but in other parts of his body, it seems to be progressing. And so I don't understand it exactly. Some of it may have to do with the circulation levels and what's going on, because he started his whole journey out with the microdaily as suffering a stroke, and it really helped his brain after the stroke. But there's still some circulation issues in the left side of his body.
So what do you think about the immunorix? Since in some cases, some have said that it has to do with the immune system.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and
what
it
do you suggest in that case?
and I think that Jonathan would be a better. He could offer you a more science-based explanation in regards to that. My background is on the microdaily, and I know it. All we're doing is we're supporting the body, and so we're going to leave it up to the body to do what it needs to do. But I know. Okay. Very good questions. Go ahead. Yeah.
I just wanted to reconfirm what was mentioned earlier in reference to the supplements.
Mhm.
Did I understand that the vitamin C and the iron or the copper, once the ingredients of those 2 are involved, then it's not good?
Yeah, it actually, just imagine taking some orange juice and pouring it into a cast iron skillet. You've got that iron, and it's going to rust.
Okay.
And that's what's happening when you take those iron, and they're very, very small pieces of iron. I mean, that's the way that you would supplement it. It's an iron supplement, very, very fine powder. And if you were to put that along with the vitamin C, immediately it's going to rust immediately. And so it is a pro-oxidant versus being an antioxidant. And that's why Dr. Prasad has left it out. So there is no iron in the microdaily, but you'll be surprised where there are a lot of people that were low in iron have evened out their iron level by not supplementing the iron, but by just taking the microdaily and allowing it to support the body in the balance. So.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Okay. Oh, great to have you on. Thanks, Norma Jean. All righty. So we've got a couple other questions over here. Belinda has her hand up again.
One more.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have a I have a niece that has a mental challenge. Instead of her being on her level, which is like 16, 17 years old, she is more like on a 11 or 12, especially dealing with her learning, her math. Well, I kind of say she is a combination of, she doesn't want to necessarily stay there and study and just get that connection. But I know that Michael Daly has helped other people like with MS, autism, dementia. So could it possibly help her? And what dose should I give her?
Tell me her age again. Biological age?
Biologically 17.
Okay. All right. So based on body weight, body size, kind of what her body's going through, I would suggest that she do adult doses. I know that we've worked with many autistic children, and depending upon tastes and textures, you have to kind of trick them into taking the microdaily. Whether it's you're mixing it.
She's a texturizer. Yeah, she is.
Yep. Okay. So just understand, you want to get it into their bodies and you want to get it into them consistently. And so, you gotta go through, jump through the hoops. Dr. Prasad's favorite way of doing it is with flavored yogurt. And so he just opens the capsules, dumps it in, stirs it up. Gosh, if any of you haven't tried the Microdaily Hydro, the powder form that you mix with water, try that with plain Greek yogurt.
Plain Greek yogurt. Okay.
Stir the Microdaily Hydro. Get yourself 16 ounces, pint of the Greek yogurt plain, and either 2 or 3 of the sticks of the Microdaily Hydro in. Oh, stir that up. Let that sit for a little bit. It turns into the nice, the most tasty lemon chiffon yogurt that you've tasted. And the exciting thing about it is, unlike with the water, when you're mixing the hydro with water and you're shaking it up and you get some of the particles that won't dissolve in the water because they're fat soluble. You don't have that in any way with the yogurt, because there's enough fats in the yogurt that it dissolves it all. And it's so creamy. My mouth is starting to water again. I'm going to have to take another I'm going to have to take another gummy. So,
all right.
So just get it into her system, and she's gonna notice the difference. But you want to do it consistently. You want to feed the body, and so try and do it at least a couple times a day, and use the adults. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet. All right. So we've got Glenda Cleavert that is next. Go ahead, Glenda.
Okay. Yeah, that's Chenevere.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at it. It's about this big on my screen, so I sincerely
I understand.
All right, here. For that, I'm going to pull you onto the screen with me so that everybody can see you. There you go. Okay.
Okay. My question is, I've been trying to do a little research, the folate and the folic acid. I have a prescription for folic acid.
Okay.
And I don't want to undertake what's prescribed because I need the iron because of a medication that I'm on.
Okay.
So with the if I do the microdaily mentholated twice a day.
Yes.
And 3 tablets each time, then how should that work out?
Well, because if you're on either the purple bottle or the red bottle, it is a methylfolate, so it is already methylated. Your body doesn't have to do it, and so you're getting the best version of that particular component that you can. Now, are you on a specific and separate iron supplement?
No.
Or just okay? Yeah. The methylfolate really doesn't have anything to do with the iron, and you should be getting enough. Yeah, I would take, just like the bottle says, try it a minimum of twice a day. Once again, everything is twice a day. And depending upon which formulation you're using, whether it's the purple bottle, the methylated, or the red bottle, try upping it. Go to that 2 to 3 times a day suggestion that is on the bottle. Take your 24 hours and break it into 3 8-hour slices, because all we're doing is we're just feeding our body. And I think you're going to go back to your doctor and find out that your blood panels look very good.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Hey, you bet. Thanks for coming on with us. Okay. Anyone else? I think that's it for today. You guys, we've kind of stretched this out a little bit. You know what? I'm going to end with one video that I just came across. I'm redoing our desk setup. You can see I'm wearing headphones and I've got the podcaster mic here in front. As I'm putting together these videos, I ran across one that is Connie Jo Kirk. And so why don't I end today? She's a little older lady, but she talks about her experience just a couple of weeks into using, and this was back when we called this MMF, the military micronutrient formulation. So let's we'll end with this video. And James, you got your microphone on. We'll say goodbye to everybody here. So, but let me have you listen to Connie.
My name is Connie Jo Kirk, and I'm a victim of scarlet fever at the age of 4, and I think I was about 6 months when I had another fever. Oh, as a result, scarlet fever ruined my body. It scarred my organs and intestines and so forth, and my hearing cavities, collapsed eustachian canals. I've had 9 surgeries. I've been through a windshield. I've been temporarily paralyzed. I've had growth after growth taken out. I have a perforated hole in my eardrum, 45%. And like I said, collapsed eustachian canals. Half of my thyroid's gone, 2 of my parathyroid, 1 of my 5 lymphatic glands gone. My adenoids and tonsils are gone. My heart, lungs, everything is scarred. In fact, I couldn't have children because my fallopian tubes and so forth were severely scarred. I have hearing loss. I have severe osteoarthritis. I've had knee surgery, feet, and everything. I've been on MMF for a week and a half. I had severe Charlie horses that would wake me up in the night. I would get up and go to the bathroom 7 to 9 times a night. Bladder would barely make it. And I had my ear, nose, and throat doctor wanted to test me for sleep apnea, all kinds of things. I've been on MMF. I sleep all night. I think I get up maybe once or twice. My leg cramps, the Charlie horses started pulling away. I'm walking without a cane. I'm walking faster. I used to have trouble trying to get up out of a chair. I had to wiggle my feet and shake my legs to get the circulation back so that I could stand up. When I would walk, it felt as though I was walking on air. My legs were so shaky. Now I'm practically running. I'm doing things that I never thought I could do. My hearing is getting better. I went to my bedroom to get something a while ago and freshen up. Left my glasses on the counter and started in here without the glasses, I wasn't even blinking. My eyes weren't blurry. They weren't, you feel funny when you have your glasses off. Now, I just put them on because I paid a lot of money for them. And I expected to not be using them hopefully in about 3 months. My blood pressure seems to have gone down. I'm not having as much trouble with my cholesterol. I have acid reflux. Haven't had an incident since I've started on MMF. But I tell you, I prayed for this, and God answered my prayer.
Goodness, can you see why I was as excited? I remember that being in her home, and she's going through all of that. It's like, oh, what else? What else went on with you, Connie Joe? I mean, look at that. I asked her if she could just go on the road with us. We just have her jump in the van, and we could drive around and just kind of display her. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you today as some of the exciting moments that we've had over the years with the Micro Daily, and so grateful that you're all part of the Micro Daily family. And with that, let's go ahead if you want to. Yes, thanks.
I get a copy of that. I'm a friend. I just saw that too.
Well, it's going to be, I believe Jonathan is recording this. It says it's on, we're on YouTube Live. So all this time that I've spent with you here, an hour and a half, somewhere is being recorded. And so, gosh, I hope everything that I said was correct. And, anyway, you guys, it's sure been a fun evening for me to be here and be part of it. Remember, our testimonial call on the 23rd. Several of you have promised to come back and share your experiences between now and what's changed. Also, remember the 30th, that the next Wednesday, when we're doing that again. And I understand some people have commitments on Wednesday nights, and we totally understand that. But it's been my pleasure to be here. If you want to go ahead and unmute your lines. Absolutely. Thanks, Lito. It's great to be part of it.
There won't be any on Sunday. There's none on Sunday.
Thank you. Great call. Great call.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Good to see you. Ava, it's great to see you. And my goodness, all kinds of people on here this afternoon.
Yes.
Thank you, Jeff.
Jesus, for Micro Daily.
Thank you.
Pleasure. My pleasure.
Micro Daily.
All right,
Thank
you guys.
Okay,
Okay.
bye-bye.
No.
Thank you for
Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good
See you,
night.
Janice.